Hi, this is Brett. I was dialing you in because I had a question. There's no way. Hello? God, what a dick.
Hi, y'all. Welcome back to Dialing In with Brett. This is the chopped episode. Kidding, but I am just like wearing whatever I want because I'm exhausted. I also look like I haven't slept in 6 years, which is like damn near true. I was going to wear sunglasses, but that just felt like very performative. So, but now you can see just like how I haven't slept in like 6 years. Anyway, we're back. We're back in the studio. I'm about to jet out here shortly, going on a little weekend getaway to San Francisco. But yeah, shit's good enough here. We are going to start a Facebook page, and we're going to have that up and running by the time this episode's out. So the Facebook page is up and running. So yeah, I'm going to be involved in the Facebook page. I'm going to engage, send some things in. You guys, I'm like horrible at responding to DMs. I see your DMs. I love you guys so much. But this is a good place to go put those things in. You guys send me really funny things. There was this this video of a man like taking borderline like a power saw to his feet. And multiple people sent it to me and said, "Is this you?" That's funny as hell. And that would do numbies in the Facebook page. So
if it helps, he's pretty bad at responding to personal text as well.
It's not, it genuinely is not personal. I won't respond if I don't want to. So yay.
Brett has finally been enlightened and has started watching Girls.
I started watching Girls. I feel like I need to just start watching better. After watching The Summer I Turned Pretty,
Brett.
I know I have seen every single episode of it. I obviously like it, but like I feel like I need to watch some things that like I feel inspired by. Like obviously I'm thrilled she ended up with Conrad. I did not give a flying fuck about the dinner party. Don't really care about Jeremiah anymore. Oh, he ended up with that homie hopper, Denise. Yeah, she's tried everyone in the friend group. I hate when a show's like, oh, everyone just ends up with everyone, even though everyone's already been together, like some Riverdale type shit.
But
where
that's
it's like,
what they have to do because those are the characters in the show.
Bring in someone new, and
but
not
you
Denise.
Would not want
not
a new
Denise.
Person.
What?
You wouldn't want to commit to a new person in the last episode. You know what I mean? So like,
I know, but then it's just like everything just like felt about love. Oh. Fucking Jeremiah now has like is like a private chef. When the fuck did that happen? Like he literally didn't know how to probably like flip a burger a year ago, and now he's like doing like a souffle for 25 people.
I feel like they could have maybe given some hints that would happen like sooner on.
It's also like, does he even want to be a chef? Like, was that ever his dream? Like, it's like finally he's living out his dream. He's never once talked about cooking. Also, Conrad's the one grilling up that dried fucking chicken for Belly. Like, we haven't even seen Jeremiah in the kitchen, and now that's his entire thing. And also, like, employs Taylor and kind of Denise now. Like, he has like a
Taylor's in PR, obviously, running that shit. All my wait staff just canceled. Who are we gonna have now?
I really was rooting for Taylor all season, and I really like. She was the comeback kid for me because I didn't fuck with her the first few seasons. And this season, I was like, I really care for her. The last episode, it's like, fuck, okay. Yeah, now my caterer is just canceled on me. Yeah, fuck my life. Yep, and there goes that, yeah. I'm like, okay, girl, like, I also am like, go back to, like, I don't care about this whole thing. Like, I just need to see Belly and Conrad, like, dry humping in Paris. Like, that's what I'm, the only reason I'm here right now.
I think the most unrealistic part of it is that Jeremiah with that hair, like he couldn't be cooking. There's no way one of those blonde curls didn't end up in a lava cake.
He needs to shave his head.
Way. So Chris Briney, aka Conrad, as I just showed you, is reading like erotica. And would you ever do that?
Not unless the price was high. Not unless there was a good budget.
How much
like,
do you think he's getting paid for that?
Like probably a fuck ton. So yeah, I would do it for a fuck ton.
Will you give us a preview?
Yeah. No, I'm not doing that shit for free.
Do a little ASMR.
Do you have an extra hair tie? Do you care if I do
teacher's not looking. She's not going to be back for a while, so
do you mind if I do a French braid?
You
Do you
don't?
use a deep conditioning mask? Your hair is so soft.
How do you feel about a fishtail braid? Do you want to do a low pony instead? It's your choice. It's your hair. All right, I'm just going to brush it out. Oh, does that feel good?
Ew, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. That's like the same time I made a TikTok yesterday. Check it out. It did really well. You probably saw it because 1.2 million people did. Kidding, obviously
It's
cut
going to
that.
surpass the numbers of Ellen's Oscar photo.
No, yeah. And the fucking egg, too. But I accidentally said good girl in it. And I was like, she's a good girl. And I meant like a good kid. And then I had to say good kid after. But then like saying good girl, I was just like, that feels like very like good girl. Today we're calling in my brother. Because I want to talk about family dynamics. Family, I feel like is such like a weird concept. And I feel like now like looking back at it, it's like crazy where it's like, what do you mean we like grew up together and now like me and my siblings and parents like all live in different places and just like kind of do our own thing. But there was a time where like I didn't breathe without my brother and sister. I also used to have I shared a room with my brother until like an almost inappropriate age. And one memory that like we had bunk beds, obviously. And it like I'm 4 years younger than my brother, so like it was still like semi appropriate for my age to be sharing a room with my brother. We also had an extra bedroom. It was a guest room. We had like my grandparents stay with us like once a year. And we're like, we have to have this guest room. Anyways, at age like 16, my brother, kidding, maybe we'll ask him on the call. But it was like at like age 15, he had his own room. And we shared bunk beds, or we had a bunk bed. It was the night before picture day. And I was probably like 8 to 10 years old. And the bottom bunk was slightly bigger than the top bunk. And my brother, sick, leaned over the top bunk and threw up all over me. Because there was probably like 2 feet of opening. I had a bigger bed for my fat ass. And so, yeah, there was puke all over my body. So I just like also like, what the fuck do you do in that situation where just like you're covered in upchuck that's also not your own? So just like I just like laid there and started screaming. And then
How did
like
that affect picture day?
well, I just think like it was like, this fucking sucks. Like I'm already so chopped. Like I need to like, I pulled all the steps. Like I like laid my outfit out, like showered the night before, like even gelled my hair before. Like it was just like, I feel like well prepared for picture day. And then now I have like fucking puke on me and it's 3
Reshoots,
a.m.
here he comes.
So yeah, then I was like, my parents came in, I was like sobbing, and then I don't know why I like walked so slowly, just like would throw up on me to my parents' shower. I couldn't get in my own because I was just being emotional. Showered, was like sobbing the entire shower, and then got back into my bed, went to sleep, and I don't even remember how my pictures turned out. I'm sure I looked fucking chopped, but hey, it's the chopped episode. So
Did you ever get like a fun color background on your pictures? You know how you could like,
no, because
pay
I think it
extra
was
to get a different
Also,
color?
it's like you can pay like $7 extra, and we will brighten the blue a little bit in the background.
But
I
it
think,
was
like,
to get like burnt orange.
Yeah.
Like who's getting burnt
and it always was
orange?
so funny because then in the yearbook we all like all of our broke asses have the default setting, and then it's like someone with like an amber background. It's like, fuck you. Like, okay, yeah, your dad has like you come from money. Like, okay, we get it. We all have like the like blue gray background that like really just washes us out, and then it's like the fucking pop of color.
And you would get the little wallet, like, because your parents would have to mark like what size of photos you were getting. So it's like 2 5x7s for grandma, 8x10 for the living room, and then we'll get you a sheet of wallet size to hand to your friends.
I also like, I don't know why I always was pushing for like the most amount of pictures where I'm like, I didn't even do anything with them. I also was so fucking annoying as a kid because I like took gymnastics for a while. I was doing handstands everywhere. And so was my sister. We actually had a balance beam set up. This is actually a perfect episode to talk about my gymnastics era. We got a duct tape balance beam. My dad would just be like watching TV, and my sister and I'd be like doing like split jumps and like cartwheels on our duct tape balance beam while my dad's like trying to watch CNN.
Did you ever go to Chow's?
Yeah.
Wait, did you actually?
Yeah.
Chow's was
Yeah, I came
like
from money, so-
legendary in Des Moines. No, it was like if your parents can afford chows.
Well, that's what
you
we
might
could
go to
afford
the
chows,
Olympics.
but not the beam at home. I don't know if you guys know Gabby Douglas or Shawn Johnson, but yeah, they like went to my gym. So yeah, went to the same gym as an Olympian too. But yeah, it's not a big deal. Quit when I was like 9 because everyone's like, that's kind of gay. And I was like, wait, yeah, you're right. I also would do like handstands against the walls. Like I was so the kid was like, Mom, watch this. And it would just be me doing like a cartwheel. Just like, okay, trying to like make dinner for everyone. I'm like, wait, one more. That was bad.
Did you have like neighbor friends, or were you
Yeah.
like mainly playing with your siblings?
I got so lucky as a family that didn't have a trampoline. I lived across the street from 2 families that did have trampolines. And there's no way any of these children are listening to the pod. Children, they're like my age or older. But there was one more like homeschooled family that I kind of took under my wing. And then the other one, like I was the youngest, and it was like the homeschool family had like a very like safe, like netted trampoline, and the other one there was like no net, which is like so scary, and you could just like jump on and off, and we would play trampoline dodgeball where someone would stand off of it and would be like nearly like 4 feet away from you and would just like chuck a ball at you. And we would get like severely hurt, and every single time I'd get out, I would be like, I'm going home, and I would like pout and cry and pretend to go all the way home. But I actually would just perch on the side of my neighbor's like roof. He had like a little like a small roof over the shed, and so I would just perch there and watch. I would sit there and wait to see if anyone would come and like check on me, and then like sometimes I just hear them playing like for 2 more additional hours. I'm like, damn, my presence means fucking nothing to you guys. Like, I'm gonna take space. Like, but I was the youngest, so I had like no legs to stand on. But I also would cry all the time. But they used to like be so mean to me. Like I remember my oldest cousin, he like held me over the lake by my life jacket. And I was like freaking the fuck out. Like, oh my God, and like then he just like put me down and they would all laugh. I also would just like bad things would happen to me. I tried to be like so sweet so they would like me, but then I would like fuck myself in the foot so bad. Like one time my cousin, who I'm like really close with now, she like would always spend the night at our house, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna make toaster strudels for everyone so they can have breakfast, and like I will win brownie points, whatever. So I make them toaster strudels, do a little fucking design on it, you know. And then I was like, breakfast is served. My sister and my cousin were pretending to be asleep, and I was like, guys. So I take my cousin's pillow and hit her in the face, like wake her up. She had her Nintendo DS in the pillow, and I completely smacked the fuck out of her mouth. She started gushing blood, and she had to get like a root canal surgery and like fucked up her teeth. So then like I was the enemy, and I was like, how the fuck was I supposed to know her Nintendo DS was in her pillow?
I'm thinking still of you being picked up by your life jacket, and like that is crazy when you're young that you can just be picked up.
Right.
Same with like Rita, your dog.
Yeah, she has
it's
like
crazy. You can just like, oh, you don't want to be here? Well, I'm gonna pick you up and take you there.
Right. It's like, oh, you have free will, but also at the end of the day, like not at all. Like someone could just lift you up. That's like, I remember my uncle would tickle the fuck out of me so much to a point where I was like, this, like, you actually like I know I'm like laughing hysterically because I can't fucking stop, but like dead ass, if you don't fucking stop. I also like, if anyone tickles the bottom of my feet, like I am not liable if I kick you in the mouth. Like that is like, I can't, like tickling underneath my feet, like I get violent. I also think something I draw the line is like I hate being like someone coming in and scaring me when I'm sleeping. It really hasn't ever happened, but that's why I lock my door every single night. I actually don't really care about like burglars, but like if someone just like startled me in my sleep, like I would not, that would scare the fuck out of me.
The lock doesn't even matter because your door just opens.
My dog, my 11-pound dog, can push through my locked door because it doesn't actually lock. And I'm like, no, like I'm just like, I don't fuck around with shit like that. Anyone could break into my house at any given point and just like literally like push open my door.
This is so random. Did your family ever have garage sales?
Yeah.
And what was the kids' role?
I don't know
during
why
the
I
garage
was like
sale?
somehow always like leading it. Like I always feel like my mom was like annoyed that we were having a garage sale, but like she also was the one who's like, we need to get rid of shit. But like, why am I as a 7-year-old like folding all of the clothes and then going piece by piece with those like little like
The
sticker
stickers.
like, things like $7. And then I'm like, I am the green clothes, so like all of the green clothes go to me. My sister's the pink, my brother's the yellow. I'm running the door, also like making lemonade that's an optional sale. And then my mom's like inside like cleaning the house. I'm like, baby, they're not even coming inside.
You're like bartering with
No,
the grown
genuinely.
adults.
I'm like, I could do the jeans with the sweater for 11, but that's a package. Those come together. We no refunds. No.
I remember garage sales. I always wanted to put like, it would be like a Columbia fleece that I'd had for years. I'm like, I could probably get 15 out of this. My mom was like, put 75 cents.
No, I know. I was like, I've worn it like 3 times. I was like, just put it in the free pile.
Yeah.
Also, the like garage sale people using my bathroom. I'm like escorting them to my bathroom to like try shit on. I'm like, yeah, the dressing rooms are right
what?
this way. Yeah, if someone want to try something on, I'm not gonna take away their right to do that.
I think you'll lose your
I
right
lo-
to try things on.
No, not me.
sale.
Not me. I've always been like this. I'm always keep my door open. You know, I'm
You're
hospitable.
running the sales floor.
Yeah,
Here's what I can
the
do
flagship.
for you. We are
The
out of
flagship
that
location.
size here, but I can send you over to my flagship location.
Let me triple check in the back, which is just like my bedroom. Let me see. I might have that in a gray. Ooh, you like that Columbia quarter zip? I actually was maybe gonna get rid of a North Face that was similar. Let me just wait here right now. Have a lemonade on the house while I'm gonna go grab. Anyways, yeah.
When you would go on family vacation, was it mainly your like immediate family, or would you do extended family vacations?
I feel like we like never did extended family vacations, which like honestly I'm like glad. Cause I also just am like family vacations are so well, it's also crazy just like going back to the like free will as a kid where it's like I have free will, but then your parents could like literally just be like pick you up physically and also metaphorically and place you anywhere. But then it's also like I don't want to have to wait for my fucking like 90-year-old grandma to like use the bathroom 6 times before we go to a museum that I don't give a shit about.
And it'll be like all 20 people have decided on something they want to do, and one person's like, that doesn't really work for
Yeah.
me, so we cannot do that.
Well, Aunt Shelly just got her hip replaced recently, so I don't think the ocean would work. I'm like, okay, look, she can fucking stay back then. She can read in a cafe. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm 11. Like, I need to do something fun in the next 15 minutes, or somebody needs to give me a fucking Rice Krispie treat, or I'm gonna freak out. All right, next I'm calling to my brother because I think no one's gonna tell you more about my family dynamic than my brother, right? My brother's 4 years older than me, lives in New York. He's great, but yeah, you guys are gonna fucking love the guy. But we had a big fight one time on a trip, and I feel like my brother and I usually get along. Sometimes we don't. And we'll get into that. But anyways, Silently and my brother. Hi, Kyle. How are you?
I'm good.
First, we just really needed to start out with what really happened in Puerto Rico when you came back from your night out.
Wow. Okay, that's one of them I wasn't even thinking of, if I'm being honest with you. I was more so thinking childhood, but we can get into
no,
to
I just like we need to
early
talk about
adulthood.
this story first, and then we can just move forward past it. We were in Puerto Rico. It was my brother, my mom, and I, and Kyle like wanted to go out, and I just like wasn't feeling it. And he's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go out," which I honestly like respect and think is really cool that you went out in a country that you didn't know anyone in. So Kyle goes out. He's drinking, you know, dancing with his friends that he met out at the bar. Comes back drunk as piss at like 3 a.m. Has his phone flashlight on, just like. So, like, you know, in a pitch black hotel room, like blackout curtains, like any light comes on and is just like the most bright altering light ever, and he's just like shining it around. I'm like, there's no way. Then he gets into bed with me and he like is typing on his he's texting on his phone, volume on, so it's like so loud, brightness up all the way, again in a pitch black hotel room, lighting up like the fucking like a skyline. And then I'm like, Kyle, there's no way, like you have to stop. He goes under the cover. Still so bright that you can see it's shining through the sheets and the comforter somehow. And then the next day I brought it up and I was like kind of giving him a hard time. And then what did you do?
So I think before I answer that question, I have to add a little bit of context. You were 18, like a freshman in college, and I had just graduated college. I was like 22. And it was just you, me, and our mom, which is really random. I can't remember why Sarah and my dad didn't go. We were all staying in a hotel room, of course, which is maybe something we'll get into later in this pod, how our family literally only stayed in one hotel room with 5 people. Brett being a freshman in college, I thought I'd be an older brother, take him out for a night on the town, just the Newstrom boys dancing the night away in San Juan. But Brett didn't want to go, but I'm like, you know what, the only weekend night we were there. So I'm like, I ended up having a great time. Meeting some random people, making new friends.
Coming home drunk as piss.
Got a phone number from a lady or two.
Hey. You were active on your phone when you came back. Like, truly, like, group chat blowing up. He went out with strangers. I'm like, who are you kikiing with at 4 a.m. right now? Sorry, it's just my new friends. They go to a different school, so...
No, I met, was like she's like a Puerto Rican nationalist. Like, she's like a communist, essentially. And so we were having just kind of some spirited debates that, and then over dancing and mojitos. And
you were texting the communists until 4 a.m.?
Yeah, well, they don't have
I was up all night texting a communist.
They're not working the next day, so.
Drunk texting a communist on a family vacation is crazy, but I'm obsessed. Anyways, the next day he slaps me. Slaps me across the fucking face. And I was like, did you just fucking slap me?
Yeah, okay, so fast forward, I get back at 4 a.m. This is probably 8, 9 a.m. because Brett and my mom, called it an early night. So I wake up, 5 hours later, just so incredibly hungover, like horribly hungover. These guys are like, all right, let's get up, let's walk around, and I'm like, I could use an hour or two at least of just chilling. And I think like, come on, Kyle, get up, and I'm like, no, I'm good. They're like, come on, get up, and I'm like, no, you guys go. And then I think we were rehashing the events of the texting the night before, and in my hungover, not prime state, I slapped my brother across the face, which I'd never done in 22 years of life at that point.
It definitely took me by surprise. I mean, it's like fine.
But I think you were landed on me thick. I think you're trying to get a rise.
But like slapping your brother's crazy.
You were trying to provoke me, and you succeeded in that moment. I
keep talking, you'll get slapped.
Haven't had to slap you ever since, so I think it was
silly.
Sometimes you just have to set a precedent. And,
sorry, I slapped you. I was up all night texting a communist, and I was just like, ugh.
I think one of the first family vacations we ever took, we were never a big spring break family.
Yeah, which sucked so much. Growing up in Iowa and like seeing everyone be like going to like warm places for spring break, and then we got free flights because my mom was a flight attendant, and it's like, why the fuck are we staying home or driving to Kansas City? It's like the most expensive part of our trip is comped, and we're like, Omaha for the day.
Yeah, like I feel like growing up in Iowa, like the gold standard, the spring break that I was like, damn, I wish I was doing that. Was like going to Tampa or Orlando, Florida. That's like where the in families are going. I was like, shit,
the upper
they're gonna
middle
go to Universal
class,
Studios.
Fuck.
I'm like, they're gonna go to Busch Gardens and stay at the Ramada Inn on the beach. But yeah, the one that I remember is, I think it's like the first spring break trip we took is probably in like, I don't know, I think I was like in 8th grade, so it was like 2008. Is we went to Kansas City to go to the Kansas City Children's Museum. And the funniest part of the trip,
what do you mean that's spring break? Like, we used to be so fucking lame. Doing that sober too? Kidding, obviously we're kids, but like.
But the funniest part of this trip is I remember we were out and about, and then our dad wasn't on this trip.
Yeah.
It was our mom and her 3 kids.
Three
we were
beautiful young kids,
14, 12, 10 at the time, and we were all in our peak awkward stage too. I was in my thick boy era. I think maybe you were in a thick boy era.
Yeah, I was pretty thick with braces, I think. We all just got, do you remember, this was the trip we all got North Face like zip ups. So we were walking around Kansas City like dripping out our asses with our mom, who some thought were single. So we were at a pizza shop. Or we were at Panera.
Starbucks.
Or what?
It's a Starbucks, I think.
Okay. Anyways, you can take it from here.
Yeah. But we were in a Starbucks. My mom was getting a coffee. the three of us dripped out in our North Face jackets standing next to her. And then my mom gets like approached by like a younger man, like probably in his like mid-30s. He is like kind of like a glasses hipster type, which honestly at the time in 2008 Des Moines, we did not have many of. So he's probably, you know, looks like a.
Well, he probably saw us in our
urban,
North Faces and is like, wait, they're sick as fuck.
I know. So he sees this, 50-year-old mom and her 3 middle school to elementary school age kids at the Starbucks, and he proceeds to ask my mom out on a date.
Why do
Just
I
in front
remember
of
like
all
in
of
my
us.
mind being like, do it? No, girl, like you should do this for you. Like this is huge. Like, no, it's like so cool to see you have your spark back. What did she even like? I don't even remember anything else besides just like that happening. But I do remember being like excited for her. But I'm also like, wait, we have a dad and he's at home. Also, why is he
I
not?
think she's like, well, I'm flattered. And I mean, she's probably wearing a wedding ring for sure. So really just bold to this guy. He's like, wedding ring, don't care, 3 kids, fine. At least they're dripped out in North Face.
Exactly.
They're like cool
the
kids.
look
Like,
cool. Like they have a story for sure.
that's pretty much the most memorable thing at that spring
No,
break.
I know.
remember we
Like
went to the
that's
children's
the only
museum.
thing I remember is the North Face and mom getting hit on.
If we want to share something vile, we could talk about our family's iconic trip to Disney World, which I feel like was a kind of a rough one for you in a couple
Oh yeah.
aspects.
We went to Disney one time, which I just like remember shit like a lot of the vacations. I'm like, I don't really remember that much of it, but I remember us like all sleeping in like very close quarters. Like, and that one, like I know I was like, like at least like 2 to 3 of us were like sharing a bed. At one point I started having some stomach issues. And I think it was probably just because we did rides all fucking day and my stomach was like shot.
I feel like our mom and dad were like, Kyle and Kara, this might be serious.
Oh,
Brett,
okay.
he's really like, I don't know if it's his appendix or something. He's really just not feeling well for a couple days in a row. And I think our eating habits were a bit weird on this trip too. I remember this was like, I think they had a Quiznos near our hotel in Orlando, and we'd never had that before. And like our parents brought us there, I think on the first day, and we liked it. So we just continued to have Quiznos like literally every single night.
And I
for
also
dinner.
remember we like we weren't really allowed to have like pop or soda at home or like really sugary drinks. But I remember we got like some souvenir cup thing that like came with it, or it would like somehow was like made more sense to do that. So I was just drinking like high C, like out the fucking ass, like damn near had like a Camelback filled of high C. My like mouth was like permanently stained red, and also the lips of like my lips were red. I'm sure my fucking shirt was red.
Yeah, and like we never had soda or like caffeine, so I think we were just
Yeah.
like lit as hell, like just going on rides for 12 hours a day, pounding Quiznos.
And then it's like, oh, randomly I'm in a fuck ton of pain, which like, yeah, this could be any of these things. Anyways, we had to go to like a walk-in clinic, and then they're like, he might be constipated. Here's a suppository. Cut to my dad sticking a suppository up my ass in the clinic bathroom. And then on the way home, we got Taco John's, and I ate 5 soft shell tacos and then just completely blew up our bathroom. Which obviously, like, we were in like a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom hotel for all 5 of us, and it's just like, I'm sure those walls were like damn near caving in. Also, it's just like I get like I probably couldn't have shoved that little pill up my ass at that age, but like, could we not have like had a doctor do it? Like, why did dad do it? Hey, here's this. Can you shove it up your son's ass? Like, baby, don't you like have a degree for this? Aren't you getting paid for this?
I know. That's right. Like,
Anyway.
well, I'm a podiatrist, so I know how to do
Yeah,
this.
I'm a foot doctor,
He's like,
so
they're
I know
gonna
how to
charge
do this
$20 extra if we
Yeah.
have a nurse do this. So.
That's dead ass probably what happened, and he probably saved
I know.
$20 to like humiliate me for life.
That was that's another vibe of our family. Like, I remember one time I like literally cut my forehead open. Like, I was playing baseball and ran into a fence, and literally my sunglasses shattered, and like a shard of glass like stuck into my forehead. And rather, my dad's like, "Do not bring Kyle to the emergency room. I'm gonna super glue it up myself." And it's like, I know I literally just have a scar in my like right like eyebrow. Maybe if we use stitches and not just like super glue from Walgreens.
No,
it'd
dad
feel
would
a
just
little
like
better,
super
but-
glue everything. Remember when Kara like severely cut her hand on like a boat, and then like dad was
Yeah.
like, she was like passing out, and dad was just like gluing her hand like on the dock, and it's like, baby, like let's get like medical. But since my dad's like a foot doctor. He just thinks he like knows anything medically. And it's like, hey, like, I actually don't want you to like take a risk on me. The same trip of me having to get a suppository put up my ass by my dad and then shitting my brains out with all the Taco Bell. I also was like, I don't know what was wrong with me. I was like off by myself for some reason while my family was waiting for a bus to take us home. And I was just jumping up and like tapping my forehead on a stop sign, like the edge of a stop sign.
Because you're hopped up to the gills on the high C.
Yeah, no, I was literally like tweaking on high C soda, and then I jump and hit like myself too hard, and it's like completely sliced my forehead. And so every single picture we have from that trip, I look like fucking Harry Potter with like a slice.
It's like if Harry Potter, instead of a lightning bolt, it was just a straight line.
And it's because I was jumping up, tapping the edge of a stop sign with my head while like I was like that fucking bored and that fucked up from high C. I'm also in like an Oshkosh Bigosh matching set. Like kind of low-key dripped out. I know there's a picture of us with that fuck-ass bear from the Jungle Book. Actually, no, it was made into a puzzle. It was a picture that was made into a puzzle of all of us with my scar and the bear from the Jungle Book that is now a puzzle.
I'm trying to think, was that in the era? Did you pack your SpongeBob wife beater for that?
Oh
trip,
yeah,
do you think,
I had my fucking uniform, which was my like SpongeBob white beater. That's like, oops, I ripped my pants, and it's like him with ripped pants, and then my Teletubby like boxer shorts. Like that was like I was fitted, and it would be like negative 15 degrees outside, but like that was just like that was my fit. I was how old do you think I was? Maybe like 4 to 6.
Yeah, you probably would have been like 7 when you went to Disney. So you might have
I
just
feel like that was
retired
like
SpongeBob trip.
that was when I was moving into the matching Oshkosh Bigosh sets. I was telling them about me pouting on Darwin's roof. This guy's name is Eric Owens, and he was like our best neighbor friend growing up.
You're just going full first name, last name?
Yeah, I mean, like he's not watching it. I also referred to as our other next door neighbors as homeschooled. But I don't think any of those kids are going to be listening to the podcast, in which I also said kids, they are my age. But we randomly just called him Darwin. Eric, we called him Darwin. There was no reasoning behind it.
Remember you tried to get the nickname for yourself going, because we get people like nicknames that rhyme with their name, like Grace the Ace, Crystal the Pistol. And Brett tried to get himself the nickname Brett the Jet. And we just like to troll him, but I was calling Brett the Net instead.
Like, no, it's not. Well, yeah, Grace the Ace, Crystal the Pistol. What was Kara's? K6K? Like, doesn't like Kyle the Pile. What was yours?
Yeah, when you give me the nickname Kyle the Pile,
Oh.
there's no way I'm giving you the nickname Brett the Jet.
We need to
That's
talk
just
about
what it did.
PT. PT fucking killed me. PT ruined me. My brother would call me pooping toad because one time a toad pooped in my hand, and it's like that shit like was so serious. And every single time he would see a PT Cruiser, he would be like, "Hey Brett, look, it's your favorite car." That would fucking piss me off. I would like scream. My mom would like get him in trouble because I would have such an insane reaction to that. And then he would just call me PT.
I was not allowed to point out PT Cruisers for like a solid 3 years.
My mom would be like, Kyle.
Mom did Kyle. All right, you have to go to the room when you get home. You point out the PT Cruiser.
All right, Kyle, give me your phone for a week. You said PT. You're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. It's that. Also, Ski Dad. I don't know what this was, but Bowser in Mario Kart, when he passes, he goes, Ski Dad, Ski Dad. And so my brother would say Ski Dad, and that was in the same category as PT, where I would just like fucking wail, scream, howl if he said that, and he like wasn't allowed to say Ski Dad in vain without again getting like kind of a serious punishment. I also was talking about this story about when you threw up on me when we were sharing a room. How long did we share a room, and why was it like most of our childhood things?
I was talking to someone about this the other day. It was like either 8th or 9th grade, which was crazy because we had,
The
big
guest
siblings, we had a
room.
4-bedroom house. And then we had just like guest room where my grandparents would sleep in 2 times a year.
That's what I literally said. It's I'm like,
We had to
why?
literally leave empty all the time for no reason.
It also sucked for you because it's like, yeah, I don't want to share a room either, but I'm like 11. Like, you being 15 is fucking insane.
I know. And it's like we claimed the bunk beds when, I don't know, we were probably like, I was probably like, I don't know, 8 years old, you were 4. So I'm like, of course I'm taking top bunk.
Yeah.
Fast forward to me as like a 15-year-old, you know, like pretty big and tall. Like,
And then it's like the
living on a
bottom bunk
twin-size mattress.
was bigger and also more conveniently located. Like, you crawling up as a 15-year-old to get into like a twin XL while I'm like on the bottom with my queen.
Yeah, and there was too, like, I remember we had to take out, there's like a fan in the room, and like the ceilings weren't that high, so like the top of the bunk bed, we had to take out the fan, or else it literally would like decapitate me, like, if I got out in the middle of the
And then
night.
I had like a floor fan blowing directly on me that like wouldn't reach you. Oh, and then my brother finally, after 14 years, was able to move into the guest room. And then my dad, like, had a lot of windows and it would get like really hot in there. And my dad, he duct taped all of our air vents so we couldn't have air conditioning. And then didn't he like turn off the heat in your room too? Because then it would get really cold in the winters.
Yeah, because
And then he just gave us, like-
heated air conditioning was too luxurious and expensive for our house.
He turned off our central heat, and so he would just got heat dishes, which are just like, they look like floor fans, but just like instead they just like radiate heat. And so we had like truly 7 of those running in our house at the like entire time. Like, this can't be like, it doesn't seem like a financially smarter decision. Also, like, now I'm just cold as fuck unless I'm standing directly in front of it.
Yeah, I also remember part of the deal of me to moving into that bedroom is like it still had to be the guest bedroom if anyone would like come to stay. So I like wasn't allowed to significantly change the decor of the bedroom. So I was like 15 years old, and then
In like a beige room with like
and stuff like
one piece of art that's like old and like sterile.
Yeah. Meanwhile, our dad literally had like an 8-foot by 6-foot Bears poster. It took up an entire wall
With like
of the basement.
genitalia.
Yeah, and it was like a
It's like randomly crude.
poster, and he would like cut out pictures of his friends' heads and put it over some of the players, and like some of his friends were like mooning the camera, and he like cut out those pictures and put it over the players.
It was insane. Dad is like a very bizarre person, but well, thank you so much for coming on. This was so great, and I'm glad we got to share lore with our followers. Our followers, we're family. Yeah, it's when one of us eats, we all eat.
I feel like I listened to the clips when Mom was on the episode, and she was pretty funny. So I felt some pressure to deliver, and I hope that I did.
All right. Well, I love you. I'll call you soon to catch up.
All right, love you. Take it. Talk to you
Okay,
soon.
bye.
Bye.
He's a good guy. He's a really fucking good guy. You guys, you know it. Yep. Love it. The funniest thing about this is, like, obviously I said, you know it, you love it. Like, that started because, like, no one had ever addressed the am I in the wrong ever. But still to this day, no one has ever, like, made one comment about am I in the wrong. So it's like, oh, it's funny because it's like an inside joke. It's not. I just say it every single episode. But still, no one has commented. Like, do y'all fuck with this shit? Like, dead ass. Like, just be straight up with me for like 2 seconds. Okay, all like sound off in the comments. Just everything should be about the am I in the wrong. Even if you don't like it this week, or if you don't even like the segment in general, I need you guys to sound off about the am I in the wrong, because I'm feeling crazy. You guys are gaslighting me because I say you know it, you love it. I don't know if you know it or love it. I genuinely don't even know if you know it. Let me pull it up. Okay. Me 29F, husband 29M. And I. I'm fucking obsessed with the M's and F's. Okay. I went to the lake for Labor Day. We haven't been able to make it most of the summer, so we're excited to do some of our local favorite things, such as get a bite of some low quality Mexican food from a local joint. I had a family member coming into town who would likely be calling in an order to said Mexican food joint on his way into town, and my dad called to see if he would mind picking up some additional food for us. When asked, he was super reluctant, saying he was driving, didn't have any way to write down orders, sounds fake, and overall seemed a bit skeptical of adding anything extra to his order. Typically, we have a favorite entrees we get, but to make it easier, we said it would just be 3 bean and cheese burritos. In the meantime, my mom, 61F, walked into the house. We told her about the interesting interaction, that hopefully he would pick up the burritos. She laughed with us, and that was the end of our interaction. An hour later, the family member arrives with the burritos. Another hour later, my mom walks in the house and starts yelling at us about how selfish we are, that she thought that she was included in the Mexican food order and asking why we didn't get her anything. We told her again about the atypical ordering situation and also noted that she always gets the same specialty item that we were not really in the position to ask for. We said we'd be more than happy to go again during the weekend with her if she would like. She continues to bring the situation up at social gatherings to get opinions on Burrito Gate. Am I in the wrong? She's so me bringing up like no, yeah, this is actually what happened. Yeah, no, they didn't give me a burrito. You guys, this is my mom and my sister. This is some family shit. This is some family matters. And my mom actually called me and told me about this before, and then my sister wrote it in for Am I in the Wrong? But you know what? I'm gonna take a bias. I'm actually gonna take a biased approach. My sister's in the wrong. She's fully in the wrong. My uncle, he's not going to listen to this, so we're fine to talk about him. Like, the whole, sorry, I'm driving. Wait, okay. You said you wanted 3 bean and cheese burritos? Like, acting as if he doesn't know how to order anything? Like, what do you mean? My sister's lying. My mom doesn't have, a specialty item. Also, some background information that the writer didn't include is that they just asked for 3 bean and cheese burritos instead of 4, and the 4th would have been a burrito for my mom. Also, another thing that they didn't know is my brother-in-law ate 2 bean and cheese burritos and my mom got 0 of them. Ryan. Yeah, I know about the 2 burritos. Interesting. So my uncle, who's catching strays, is the one that was driving to the Mexican food joint and was like, I'm driving. I don't know have any way to write this down. 4 bean and cheese burritos. You can't remember that? If you can't remember that, you shouldn't be operating a vehicle. And also he definitely does remember that. It gives the only child, which he has 4 siblings, so I'm confused by the only child syndrome. But where it's just oh, I don't know. Can you do it? You're so much better when you do it. How would I order 4 bean and cheese burritos out of Mexico? But also, so my uncle on the chopping block, my sister on the chopping block. Just say, okay, so you know how he said 4 bean and cheese? Let's just bump it to 5. Or Ryan, hi Ryan. You had to have both bean and cheese burritos, leaving my 61F mother starving? Insane. Kidding, you're fine. Whatever, I won't start beef with you. We're in-laws. But if we're going to be in-laws for the rest of our lives, then did you really need the 2 bean and cheese burritos? Ryan. I love you, Ryan. I hope you know that. Anyways, so my sister's in the wrong. And if I were my mom's, hey, I'm randomly pretty similar to my mom. Yeah, I'm going to be that petty bitch bringing up I guess what they did the other day. Yeah, have you guys ever been starving before? Because I have. Last night. When my daughter didn't give me a fucking bean and cheese burrito. Yeah, my sister's in the wrong. And Ryan, too. I'll do a group FaceTime with them. Okay, so anyways, we actually have someone we can live call in to tell them that they're in the wrong. So I kind of gave her a forewarning that she might receive a call. I said, we got your Am I in the Wrong? Either you or mom will receive a call tomorrow with the news. She's toast. Sweetest girl I know will not think of you when it comes to a food ordering situation.
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, no.
Yep. Are you sitting down for this?
Yeah, I am.
I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. You're in the wrong. You are in the wrong, but I will let you know that you aren't the only person in the wrong. Ryan didn't need to have both bean and cheese burritos. Also, our uncle. I spoke briefly about also in the wrong, because what do you mean you can't sorry, I'm driving, I can't remember 4 bean and cheese burritos. And I said, if you can't remember that, you shouldn't be driving.
That's fair.
Anyways, but you were in the wrong, and I'm so sorry to tell you that. But Mom does so much for us, and you should have thought of her in this situation. I also love the atypical interaction was crazy. But we have some atypical aunts and uncles, and I get that. But also, you should have really nailed it in his head that we did need 5 bean and cheese burritos at that moment. But yeah, you're in the wrong with your husband and uncle too. So it's like you're in good company. So.
Oh man, and nothing for Mom.
She's fine. She's more safe.
Oh my gosh.
Should we try to add her in?
Yeah.
I was also gonna add in Ryan. I'm gonna add in Ryan really fast.
Is she in the wrong for bringing this story up at every social gathering?
No, that's normal.
That weekend?
No, you're allowed to do that. Wait, would Ryan answer if I call him right now?
It depends if he has a patient or not.
I need him to be patient with me. It's my brother-in-law. Hi, fatty. Kidding. He's in really good shape. That's why I can say that. But damn, 2 breakfast burritos. Hey, big back. Probably eating. He's like an athlete. So again, this is not.
Hi, this is Ryan from. I can't come to the phone right now.
I'm gonna leave a
Please leave your
voicemail.
Sam's number, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, Ryan, it's Brett. I'm sure you have your mouth full chewing right now, probably eating multiple burritos. Just wanted to call you really quickly and just say you're in the wrong. You are in the wrong alongside your beautiful wife, and also your, I was going to say atypical uncle. Our uncle with lots of quirks. You should have rode for my mom. You shouldn't have eaten both burritos, and I know you know that, and I know you've since apologized, which I respect. You know, you're owning up to your mistakes, which is cool. But you ultimately are in the wrong, and I have your wife on the other, and so I'm actually just gonna switch back over. But I love you, big guy. Stop eating the both burritos. Love you. Okay, he didn't answer. Let's try mom. Family affairs. I'm sure mom will answer immediately if she knows we're talking about this. My queen.
That's sure.
TT. Give me 1 second here. All right, I hate when you girls fight. You guys are on dialing in with Brett, the Am I in the Wrong segment. I just told your daughter she is in the wrong.
Okay, just for that celebration, Mom just penalized a little bit.
I kind of forgot what it was about now.
Let's bring it back up. I want to talk about it as much as we can, and I want it to be in every conversation. Kara did say that you have been doing a pretty good job finding very inorganic ways to bring it up in conversations.
She also almost scared Ryan out of the family when she confronted him.
I mean, valid.
Well, Ryan was there, but it really wasn't Ryan's fault. I pretty much think that it was yours and Dad's.
Ooh, I'll call Dad too. He's always in the wrong. It's fine.
Get him on the phone.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
gosh.
you guys need to work it out because we can't keep fighting like this. It's tearing our family apart. And Kara, you need to tell your husband to have some self-restraint when it comes to bean and cheese burritos because your mother is starving. Anyways, all right. Well, you girls, I'm gonna leave. You guys talk it out. All right, love you guys. Bye. Fuck, dude, family shit's so hard. No, Deadass, like family shit sucks. Am I in the wrong? Wow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode with Dialing with Brett. This is episode 12. Holy shit. And we have the Facebook page up and we have it up and running. And we're going to post it on the Instagram. And you guys are going to join and I'm going to be super active and we're going to chit chat and just get to know each other and just have a laugh. And we can also share funny things in there. And shit like that. This is going to be the YouTube video that has the most comments out of any of the YouTube videos and also the most likes and the most views. Also, y'all writing for this podcast? Okay, then send it to everyone in your contact list. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, then repost it to your story. Kidding. We will get a template going, a text template going that is very encouraging yet firm to get people to start listening to this fuck-ass podcast. Until then, join the Facebook group, submit your shit, man, blow my shit up. Watch Jimmy Kimmel live on television. That's all the yeah, so just That and then the Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, the wasps weren't an issue at all this week, which is a blessing. Yeah, but blow my shit up because I really want to be Colorado this week. Okay. Love y'all. Hey.